Good morning, student. This is economics class. Today we are going to be discuss with you chapter 4. I hope you understand. The previous videos I was submitted to you for your understanding, and I hope you understand well. Okay, we continue the lesson. Chapter 4, Cost and Revenue Analysis. Name of the chapter is Cost and Revenue Analysis. Before entering into the lesson, the word given by Taylor governs. The big hurdle is going out and raising the revenue. So, a wonderful quote given by Taylor, and there are learning objectives of this lesson. First one is to identify the cost involved in the production and production of any commodity or service, and to present the ways in which it is utilized, combining with revenue in the calculation of profit of the firm. Second one is to point out how revenue is realized at the sale of the goods and the services produced at the various type of markets. So these are the learning objectives of the lessons. Okay, now I enter into the main topic. It is introduction. Before starting the lesson, what is meant by cost and what is meant by revenue? In general, cost in the sense expense incurred on various part. Okay, so maybe productions, purchasing, general cost or salavu. So in the production, I would park into brother. So cost and revenue analysis refer to examining the cost of production and sales revenue of your production unit. That is another sales revenue of your production unit. You may say cost of the production unit of firm under various conditions, because there are different type of market existing in practice. So the cost of the production is different or differ from the scale of production as well as nature of the market, things they are producing, everything. Okay. So your firm profits or loss is primarily determined by its cost and revenues. That is, whether the firm incurred loss or earned profit is determined based on that particular firm's cost and revenue analysis. Okay. Next, the cost and revenue are very important to decide the production behavior of a firm. Of course, if any firm continuously incurred loss, definitely they will think about continuing the production in future. But if any industry or firm earning more profit, definitely they will, that is definitely we can able to say they can able to continue the production because they are earning very good profit. So whether they are continuing the production or not is based on the cost and the revenue of the particular firm or production unit. So we said the production behavior of your firm and its supply behavior in the market, it is necessary to understand the cost and the revenue concept. Okay. So cost analysis. Cost analysis refer to the study of behavior of cost in relation to one or more production criteria, namely size of output, scale of production, size of output more or less similar, prices of factors of production, factors of production, that is land, labor, capital and organizations, and other economic variables. So everything we discussed under the cost analysis. Okay. The functional relationship, that is what is cost function or the functional relationship between cost and output is expressed as cost function. That is, a cost function may be written as cost is equal to the function of quantity. So எவ்வளோ உற்பத்தி பண்ணுறாங்களோ அதுக்கு அடிப்படையில் காஸ்ட் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லாங்க. Already we said size of production or scale of productions. Okay, good. Cost concepts. First one is money concept. Production cost expressed in money term is called money cost. அது உற்பத்தியாகின்ற அது உற்பத்தியில் செலவு பண்ணுற விஷயங்கள் பணமாக செலவு பண்ணுறீங்களா அது மணி காஸ்ட், நாமினல் காஸ்ட் கூட சொல்லலாம் அது ஆக்சுவலாக அது. ஓகேங்களா? The total money expenses incurred by a firm in producing a commodity, that is what is money cost கேட்டாங்கன்னா you have to write one by one. First one is பார்த்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னால் that is production cost expressed in money term is called money cost. The total money expenses incurred by a firm in producing a commodity. Next, money cost including the expenditure such as cost of raw materials, payment of wages and salaries, payment of rent, interest on capital, expenses on fuel and power, expenses on transportation and other types of productions related cost. Okay, so while we discuss about the money cost under the concept of cost, so you have to write this one. Money cost in the sense the expenses incurred in money term. Okay. Next, money cost are also called, that is as prime cost or direct cost or nominal cost. So dear student, you have to write down this one because this may be asked under the one more questions. What is that is money cost is also called, money cost is also called ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு உங்களுக்கு கேட்கறது வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு. ஓகேங்களா? Good. According to, that is accounting cost, this is also said accounting cost or explicit cost. Explicit cost ன்னு சொன்னா expenses going out from our pockets. ஓகேங்களா? or out of pocket cost. இங்க பாருங்க, out of pocket cost, suiting to contest. ஓகேங்களா? So this called the money cost ன்னு சொல்றோம். Okay. Next, real cost. Real cost are something different from the money cost. So real cost refer to the payment made to compensate the effort and the sacrifice of all factors owners for their services in production. So while we talking about the real cost, this is not taken into account the money spent for their services or any sacrifices, but this is they are really reward for the reward for the factors of productions sacrificing their leisure. Okay, and also the owner of the factors of productions, it including the effort and the sacrifice of landlords in the use of land, capitalists to save and invest, and workers in foregoing leisure. Adam Smith regarded pains and the sacrifice of labor as real cost of productions. Okay, அது ஒரு பொருள் உற்பத்தி பண்ணுறதுக்கு இவ்வளோ தான் செலவாச்சுன்னு மணி டைமில் சொல்கிறது வேறு, ஒரு 1000 rupees or 10,000 rupees செலவாகிறது வேறு. பட் வாட் இஸ் த சர்வீஸ் ரெண்டட் பை த பீப்புள் ஃபார் கம்ப்ளீஷன் ஆஃப் a commodity. ஒரு பொருளை முழுசாக உற்பத்தி பண்ணுறதுக்கு அவங்க எடுத்துக்கிற நேரம் என்ன, ஒரு உழைப்பு எந்த அளவு உழைப்பை கொடுக்குறாங்க, அது இந்த பொருளை ஃபுல் ஷேப் கொண்டு வர வரைக்கும் இஃப் த ஒர்க்கர்ஸ் ஆர் த லேண்ட்லார்ட்ஸ் sacrifice their leisure time, ஓய்வு நேரத்தை எழுந்துட்டு புரியுங்களா, அவ்வளோ ஒரு ரிஸ்க் எடுத்து அதை உற்பத்தி பண்ணுறாங்க போச்சு, அதுக்கான காஸ்ட் என்ன. பட் அது வந்து மானிட்டரி டைமில் சொல்ல முடியாது. ஓகேங்களா, அதான் ரியல் காஸ்ட்னு சொல்கிறது. ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் வந்து எக்ஸ்பிளிசிட் காஸ்ட். இதை என்ன பார்த்துருப்போம், மணி காஸ்ட்லேயே பார்த்துருப்போம் நம்ம. அதை பேமெண்ட் made to other for the purchase of factors of production is known as explicit cost. Something going out. Payment made to the or purchase of the raw material and hire some factors of productions, இந்த மாதிரி சில விஷயங்கள். It refers to the actual expenditure. It refers to the actual expenditure of the firm to purchases or hire the input for the firm needs. ஓகே, அந்த நிறுவனத்துக்கு தேவையான ரா மெட்டீரியல் இன்புட்டை வாங்குவதற்கு செலவு பண்ணுறது இல்லையா, அக்கௌண்டிங் காஸ்ட்னு சொல்லலாம். அது அக்கௌண்டிங் காஸ்ட்னு சொல்லலாம். அது பணமாக செலவு பண்ணுறது வந்து எக்ஸ்பிளிசிட் காஸ்ட் சொல்லுவாங்க. Explicit cost includes, for examples for the explicit cost, 2 mark question கேட்கறது வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. ரியல் காஸ்ட்டு 2 mark question கண்டிப்பாக கேட்பாங்க. Wage payment for raw materials, rent for the building, interest for capital invested, expenditure on transport and advertisement, other expenses like license fees, depreciation and insurance charges, etc. are coming under the, so these are the coming under the explicit cost. So it is also, that is the explicit cost also called accounting cost or out of pocket cost or money cost. Okay, good. Next we are going to be discuss the topic called implicit cost. Payment made to the use of resources that the firm already owns. It is known as implicit cost. In simple term, implicit cost refers to the imputed cost of your firm, that is self-owned and self-employed resources. ஓகேங்களா, அது ஸோ இந்த காஸ்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னால், this is measured not by the monetary terms, it is measured by the value. Okay, if any owner having two-wheeler or vehicle, he is supposed to use his own vehicle for transporting their firm's output or purchasing of the raw material. They may not take a rent for the vehicles, but you have to calculate the sacrifice of the owners while estimating the cost, real cost of the complete cost of the production of the particular product. So the implicit cost is also called as imputed cost or book cost. Okay, this is also, there is a chance to ask in 2 mark question. If you understand completely, you may write all the things, or otherwise you write this one, they will give the mark. That is economic cost is equal to implicit cost plus explicit cost. இப்போ வாட் இஸ் எக்கனாமிக் காஸ்ட்னு ஒரு 2 mark கொஸ்டின் கேட்டாங்கன்னா நெக்ஸ்ட் டாபிக் நம்ம அதை டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவோம். இருந்தாலும் நீங்கள் அது இங்கே கொடுக்குறது நல்லது. ஓகேங்களா, குட். எக்கனாமிக் காஸ்ட், it refers to all payment made to the resource owned and purchased or hired by the firm in order to ensure their regular supply to the process of production. It is the summation of explicit and implicit cost. Economic cost is relevant to calculate the normal profit and thereby the economic profit of your firm. அது எக்கனாமிக் காஸ்ட் சொல்லும்போது போத் அவுட் ஆஃப் பாக்கெட் அலவுன்னு சொல்லக்கூடிய அக்கௌண்டிங் காஸ்ட்டும் தி ரியல் காஸ்ட்டும் சேர்ந்து வர்றது தான். அப்படின்னா தட் இஸ் எக்ஸ்பிளிசிட் காஸ்ட்டும் இம்ப்ளிசிட் காஸ்ட் சேர்ந்து வர்றது தான் எக்கனாமிக் காஸ்ட் சொல்லுவாங்க. இங்கே பார்த்தீங்களா, ஸோ பேமெண்ட் தி ரிசோர்ஸ் ஓன்டு அண்டு பர்ச்சேஸ். இப்போ ரிசோர்ஸ் ஓன்டுன்னு சொன்னாலும் தட் இஸ் திஸ் இஸ் கம்மிங் அண்டர் இம்ப்ளிசிட் காஸ்ட். அண்டு பர்ச்சேஸ்டு ஆர் ஹையர்டுன்னு வந்துச்சுன்னா அது எக்ஸ்பிளிசிட் காஸ்ட். ஓகேங்களா, குட். இது ரெண்டு சேர்ந்து தான் எக்கனாமிக் காஸ்ட். எக்கனாமிக் காஸ்ட் கொஸ்டின் யூ ஹவ் டு ரைட் this one and also this is one. Okay, they will give the mark now definitely. Next is social cost. Something interesting one. Social cost is not incurred by any individual. Okay, this is one of the cost of compensation cost ஒன்று சொல்லலாம் அது. ஓகேங்களா, எப்படி சொல்லணும்னு சொன்னால், இப்போ industries are running, they by producing goods side by side they are polluting the environment. Side by side each individual polluting the environment. So what the level of output increasing, that much we expecting, that much we spoiling the environment. So while producing more, while industrialization, the degree of environment will reduce. That will cause casualty, or this impacted environment has its own impact on all living things. That time that will cause problems. That problem leads to incur cost. That cost may be under discussed social cost. This is incurred by the state, not by the production unit or the person who is involved in the production or any individual. This is responsibility of the state. Okay. Social cost is the cost that is not borne by the firm but incurred by others in the society. For example, a large business firm causes air pollution, water pollution and other damages in a particular area which involves cost to the society. These costs are treated as social cost. It is also called as external cost, of course. Okay, and the social cost, it refers to the total cost borne by the society due to the production of a commodity. Alfred must define the term social cost to represent the effort and sacrifice undergone by the various members of the society in producing a commodity. ஒரு பொருள் உற்பத்தி பண்ணும்போது side by side we feel there are problems are happening. So it's impacted side by side, impact சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா, விளைவுகள், side effect சொல்லுவோம். ஸோ அந்த நேரத்தில் to correcting this mistake we need to spend more money. That cost is called a social cost. Next we're going to be discuss the opportunity cost. This is also one of 3 mark in your lessons. Okay, opportunity cost 3 mark இருக்கு, நீங்கள் படிச்சு பாருங்க. It refers to the cost of next best alternative. Okay, the first of line is very very important. Don't forget, my dear student. If you have a chance to appear this question, don't lose. The single line, okay, the group of words is very effective to satisfy the examiner. Definitely it has own power to secure good mark. That is called it refers to. That is, it means it stands for opportunity cost. So you start from, that is opportunity cost refer to the cost of next best alternative uses or forgone also. In other words, it is the value of the next best alternative forgone அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. இது ரெண்டே லைன் தான். இந்த ரெண்டு லைன் எழுதினீங்கன்னா they will give the mark definitely. If you understand properly the example, you have to write the example. But the example will help you to understand this one and a half line for better understanding. Okay. For example, a farmer can cultivate both paddy and sugarcane in a farmland, a piece of land. If he cultivates paddy, the opportunity cost of paddy output is the amount of sugarcane output is given up. That is, opportunity cost is also called as alternative cost or transfer cost. அதாவது ஒரு farmer out of a piece of land, that is the land can able to cultivate both paddy and sugarcane, but that is not possible. He is supposed to choose any one among these two crops. But He may suppose to cultivate paddy. Same time, he ready to lose the output will produce it from the that is output of sugar can produced by the what this piece of land. So while he choosing the paddy for cultivating, he sacrificed the output sugar cane. This is called a what opportunity cost. So opportunity cost is also called as alternative cost or transfer cost. Okay, good. Sunk cost. Name of the heading is very very important. The heading எல்லாம் நீங்கள் வந்து நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். இந்த 2 மார்க் கொஸ்டின் கேட்கறதுக்கு நிறைய வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு உங்களுக்கு. ஓகேங்களா? Sunk cost அப்படி சொல்லுவாங்க. A cost incurred in a past and cannot be covered in future is called sunk cost. That is one time expenditure அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். One time expenditure அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். A cost incurred செலவு என்பது ஒரு முறை நடக்கும். திரும்ப அந்த செலவு வராது. A cost incurred in the past and cannot be recovered what in future is called as sunk cost, and if once invested it should be treated as drowned, disappeared. ஒரே முறை செலவு பண்ணதான் இல்லை மேபி பர்ச்சேஸ் ஆஃப் டெக்னாலஜி அந்த மாதிரி சில விஷயங்கள்லாம் சொல்லலாம். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இஃப் யூ firm purchase a specialized equipment designed for a special plant, the expenditure on this equipment is a sunk cost because it has no alternative use and its opportunity cost is zero. Sunk cost is also called as retrospective cost. Retrospective cost. Okay, my dear students. So இது வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். உங்களுக்கு sunk cost 2 மார்க் கொஸ்டின் கேட்கலாம். ஓகேங்களா? நெக்ஸ்ட் வி கோயிங் டு பி டிஸ்கஸ் த ஃப்ளோட்டிங் காஸ்ட். ஃப்ளோட்டிங் அந்த வார்த்தையில் உங்களுக்கு மீனிங் இருக்கும். ஐ ஹேவ் டு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் வெல். தட் இஸ் கால்டு ஃப்ளோட்டிங் மீன்ஸ் மூவிங் இல்லையா? It refers to all expenses that are directly associated with business activities but not with the asset creations. Maybe day-to-day expenditure அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். To money spent for the day-to-day expenditure அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். But this is not coming under any asset creations. Okay. It does not include the purchase of raw material as it is part of current assets. And it includes payment like wages to workers, transportation charges, fee for power and administrations. Floating cost is necessary to run the day-to-day business of your firm. ஓகேங்களா? ஃப்ளோட்டிங் காஸ்ட் வந்து அன்றாட செலவுகளை ஒரு நிறுவனத்துக்கு ஆகின்ற அன்றாட செலவுகளை சரி செய்வதற்காக பண்ணுற இடம். ஓகேங்களா? ஸ்மூத் ரன்னிங் ஆஃப் த இண்டஸ்ட்ரி அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. That is called a floating cost. Next, prime cost. All costs that I am here now. Actually, prime cost means all costs that vary with output together with the cost of administration are known as prime cost. In short, prime cost is equal to variable cost. Sorry, wait a minute. Of course, prime cost is equal to variable cost plus cost of administration. The prime cost. So the total expenditure incurred in a production unit, both administrative, purchase of raw material, A to Z expenditure, called a prime cost. And fixed cost. So fixed cost does not change with the change in the quantity of output. Even there is no production, there is some cost. Zero is production. Production zero இருந்தாலும் கூட சில காஸ்ட் இருக்கும். அதுக்கு பேர் தான் ஃபிக்ஸட் காஸ்ட். That will not change with the change in output. That is output increase fixed cost increase அதுன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. ஓகேங்களா? In other words, expenses on fixed factors remain unchanged irrespective of all level of outputs. Okay. So this is a peculiar characters of the fixed cost. This is not affected by the, that is money, or that is fixed cost. This is not something related to the quantity of output. Even there is zero in output, there will be some cost. Okay, expenses on fixed factors. The fixed cost is, in other words, expenses on fixed factors remain unchanged irrespective of the level of output. Whether the output is increased or decreased, or even it becomes zero. The example, for example, the rent of the factory, watchman, wages, etc. So these are the posting must have from the all the institutions, but they have to spend. Okay, so this is the fixed cost. Fixed cost is also called as supplementary cost or overhead cost. So these are the important point. That's why I was highlighted these words. So பாருங்க, rent for the factory, watchman's wages, இதெல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா fixed cost-க்கு ஒரு நல்ல எக்ஸாம்பிள். ஓகே மை டியர் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், நெக்ஸ்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னு சொன்னால் ஃபிக்ஸட் காஸ்ட் அப்புறம் என்ன இருக்கும், கண்டிப்பாக வேரியபிள் காஸ்ட்னு விஷயம் பார்க்கணும் இல்லையா. ஸோ வேரியபிள் காஸ்ட், தீஸ் காஸ்ட் வேரி வித் த லெவல் ஆஃப் வேரினா சேஞ்சஸ் ஆகிட்டுன்னு அர்த்தம். த லெவல் ஆஃப் அவுட்புட். எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஆஃப் வேரியபிள் காஸ்ட் ஆர் wages of temporary workers, cost of raw materials, fuel cost, electricity cost, and everything. So these are the variable cost is also called as prime cost, special cost, or direct cost. This is something about variable cost. Okay, there is a close relationship between variable cost and the level of the scale of or level of the output. The variable cost is increasing with the increasing rate. Variable cost is increasing with the level of output. Okay, so total cost பார்க்கும்போது, that is TC. Total cost பார்க்கும்போது கண்டிப்பாக you have to calculate the both the fixed cost and variable cost. Okay my dear students, so with that I stop this part of video and I continue the lesson from the next video, because I hope you understand why I am stopping here, because there are enough subheading or discussing in this video. Okay, so go through well, study well. If you have any doubt, please ask me. Thank you.